For the final show of the Off the Chart Series 4, we're off to the Seychelles for some insane action. You don't want to miss this. We got barred from fishing in the marina. Old French honey gave us chilies. It's all good. Amping to get out there. All fishing trips to the Seychelles start off in Mahe, which is the capital. Mahe is the portal to all your different options. That's where you clear customs and your adventure begins. The Off the Chart crew did their very first exploratory trip to the Seychelles back in 2005, which was a life-changing experience to a very special place called Farquhar. Since then we have explored many different countries such as Angola, Mozambique, Oman, Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Madagascar, but the Seychelles will always have a special place in our hearts. This is a show with a difference because we've gone and cherry-picked all the best moments of these trips and put it into one special show for you. At the end of the day, when the fishing's all done and dusted and you're absolutely broken, your paws are aching, memory banks are on overload because you've had so many different experiences during the day, the most incredible thing to do is to actually just sit on the deck of the boat and take in the spectacular sunsets that this very, very special piece of Earth has to offer. You will see the most spectacular, beautiful sunsets that you could ever imagine. The Republic of Seychelles is an island country which consists of around 115 islands in the Indian Ocean. It's 1,500 kilometers east of mainland Africa and northeast of the island of Madagascar. But the most fascinating unsaid fact is that the Seychelles is on every angler's bucket list the world over. Your options are endless and you are guaranteed fish. With an estimated population of around 86,525, the Seychelles has the smallest population of any African state. It also has the highest Human Development Index in Africa, but it also has the highest income inequality in the world, as measured by the Gini Index. The GT surface takes in the Seychelles are absolutely outrageous, and the only way to measure those are by whether your heart manages to stay inside your chest. Is just unbelievably wild.
Yes. Inside. Very granted.
As in life, any trip is only as good as the company you take. So you need to make sure that you have a bunch of your best mates to share the experience, because it's an experience of absolute highs, laughter, tears, joy. It's just incredible, and when you've got special people to share that with you, it just makes it all the more memorable.
They're following him, eh?
Ow! Oh, eyeball.
Eyeball.
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Put off the edge here.
To end the year off, we've dug deep into the Seychelles footage vaults to show you what an insane fishing destination the Seychelles really is.
He's on you, he's on you, he's on you. On you. On you.
Another sailing.
There's two sailings. Look there. There.
Yeah, with the diversity of fishing options in the Seychelles, you know, off the tender, off the land, it's just, you know, it's really, really incredible to wake up every day and go to sleep at night, for that matter, discussing and looking at possible options for the next day, you know. Obviously one always needs to take the weather into account, but every day is fishable, not a doubt. And yeah, it's just really, really exciting to try and mix it up, you know, get a little bit of boat and a little bit of land. My personal preference is fishing off the land. I don't think you can beat it. But that being said, yeah, the fishing of the tender is pretty spectacular itself.
Male jet's a lot darker. Almost blacky green kind of a color.
The best possible setup you could have in the Seychelles is to be on board a liveaboard vessel. You know, that way you can steam between all the different islands and your options are endless. From the liveaboard you have the choice to either fish off the tender, or you can actually have the tender drop you on one of the islands, and then you can you know, throw artificials for all the different game fish species. Alternatively, you can wait on the flats. And that's basically, those are your biggest decisions every day. The seasons in the Seychelles are subject to the wind direction of the monsoons. So from November to April, the northwest monsoons bring hotter, more humid weather. For the remainder of the year, the southeast monsoons tend to bring drier air, stronger winds, and bigger swells at sea. The islands lie outside the hurricane belt, and so they are relatively unaffected by these severe and ill-tempered tropical cyclones. So your best time to fish in the Seychelles is from around November to April. Land-based angling in the Seychelles is absolutely world-class, and I mean it's more than worth the effort. It's just incredible. Obviously one needs to be very careful in looking after oneself, but not only oneself. The rocks are very rugged, so one needs to look after the fish also. So it's important to make sure that you have a friend that can sort of go in and help you land your fish to make sure that you as the angler are not getting injured, and more importantly the fish is not getting injured and it's getting released safely and healthily back into the water. The Seychelles is actually going through a really interesting time period right now. In the outer atolls, the only real area that's sort of being fished is the Farquhar Atoll. Then you've obviously got areas like Alphonse, you know, where they are running sort of legitimate operations that are land-based. Anything related to a liveaboard has actually been cut off at the knees and is currently not being done due to the threat of piracy. So all your outer atolls like Cosmolido, Providence, you know, they've almost had 4 years now where they've been unfished. So it's going to be for those fortunate enough to be the first to experience that fishery once it all opens up again, I think they're going to actually have their minds blown. So stay tuned. I'd just like to thank everybody for watching the series this year and supporting us. It really is appreciated, and yeah, we'd very much like you guys to tune in middle of February next year. We've got a bunch of brand new material coming through. We're kicking off with Madagascar, and yeah, let me just say that from a land-based artificial lure point of view, it's really going to blow minds. So tune in.